Hi friends, in previous class of Indian polity, we discussed 5 modes of acquiring Indian citizenship, how a person can become an Indian citizen. In this class of Indian polity, we will discuss on the fact that how a person can lose his or her Indian citizenship, or on what criteria or on what aspects the government of India can terminate a person's citizenship. Let us discuss those aspects. There are three aspects and let us do it. The first process or the first aspect when a person of India loses his citizenship, that is renunciation. I have already talked about that a person who is having Indian citizenship cannot be a citizen of any other country. A person who is having Indian citizenship cannot be a citizen of any other country. If he is having a citizenship of any other country, then his Indian citizenship would get terminated. But in case of renunciation, if a person voluntarily surrenders the Indian citizenship on acquiring citizenship of any other country, suppose an Indian citizen, let us take an example, an Indian citizen, he is taking citizenship of he's taking citizenship of US, he's taking citizenship of US, then he needs to voluntarily surrender. He comes and says that he has acquired a citizenship of any other country and he is surrendering Indian citizenship, then his Indian citizenship will be lost. That means he's showing a goodwill gesture, or he's showing a good gesture, and he's taking citizenship of US. At the same time, he comes and informs the Indian authorities that he is giving away his Indian citizenship. That is renunciation. Willingly, he is forbidding his Indian citizenship. Next is termination. If a person acquires a citizenship of any other country but thus not voluntarily surrenders the Indian citizenship, the person acquires the citizenship of any other country but thus not voluntarily surrenders the Indian citizenship, but he is not informing the authority. Government of India comes to know about this, and his or her citizenship can get terminated. Termination is a process where a person acquires a citizenship of a foreign country. At the same time, he is not informing our country that he has acquired the citizenship of the foreign country. It is violating the norms of the Indian constitution. So the government of India has every power to terminate his Indian citizenship. Two things we have done: renunciation, the person is acquiring the citizenship of any other country, he comes and voluntarily informs the authority that he is no more willing to be an Indian citizen. Termination, he is not informing the authority and government comes to know about it and government terminates his Indian citizenship. The last, deprivation. A person can be deprived of Indian citizenship by government under the following condition. There are certain conditions which is not in respect of Indian law, then his citizenship can be terminated. The first aspect is that the certificate of registration and naturalization has been acquired through fraud or giving wrong facts. I have informed you while talking about registration and naturalization. We said that a person needs to stay in India 5 years and 90 days. At that time, he need to provide certain proof that he has been working in India with some office, or he's been indulging in with some institution. So that proof, if that proof is forged or wrong facts are given to acquire the Indian citizenship, his citizenship will be deprived of. If some person is giving wrong information to get an Indian citizenship, then the citizenship will be deprived of. The second point, if a person is convicted 2 years of imprisonment within 5 years of acquiring Indian citizenship. Suppose a person of foreign origin has got Indian citizenship in 2017. A person of foreign origin has got Indian citizenship in 2017. That means that he is now citizenship of India. That means if within the 5 years, that means 2018, 19, 20, 20 and 21. Within this 5 years, if he is put under bars, if he is jailed for 2 years, then his Indian citizenship would be deprived of. That means within the 5 years of getting the Indian citizenship, if the person is put behind bars for 2 years, then his Indian citizenship would be deprived of. The third aspect where Indian citizenship can be deprived of, if a person is indulged with illegally contacting a person or a country which India is partly involved in a war with. Suppose India and any foreign nation, like let's take example of Pakistan. India and Pakistan is indulging in a war, and an Indian citizen who acquired Indian citizen is illegally contacting with the Pakistan, then the citizenship would get terminated. And the last form of getting deprived of an Indian citizenship is a person is living outside India for 7 years. A person is living outside India, but he is not working with an authority, or not indulging himself in an educational institution, and he is not willing to come back to India. He is not working with an authority, or he is not indulging himself in an educational institution, whereas he is not also showing any signs to come back to India. At that case also he will be deprived of Indian citizenship. The three aspects I have covered here. Renunciation, a person acquiring the foreign citizenship, at the same time he is coming back and informing the government that he is voluntarily surrendering Indian citizenship. Termination, a person acquiring a foreign citizenship, at the same time he is hiding the fact that he has acquired a foreign citizenship. At the same time he will come and inform the native government. He is not informing the native government, and the native government terminates his foreign citizenship. Deprivation, a person can be deprived of Indian citizenship under certain aspects, or certain wrong aspects where the person has committed against the Constitution of India. Firstly, the certificate produced by the person for acquiring Indian citizenship, that is certificate for registration and naturalization, is done by wrong aspects, then it is forged, then the citizenship can be terminated. If a person is imprisoned for 2 years within the 5 year of getting in Indian citizenship, then his citizenship will be lost. A person is involved in contacting with an enemy nation during the time of war, then at that time his citizenship can be lost. A person is not involved with an educational institution, or not working with a company working in abroad, and for past 7 years he is not showing any signs or willing to come back to India, then his citizenship can be lost. Now, is the process of deprivation easy? No. A process of deprivation, a person can be deprived from his Indian citizenship on recommendation of a committee who has held judicial office in the country for at least 10 years. A committee would be set up by some kind of judge of High Court or Supreme Court will be heading that committee. They have to study the aspect whether the person as a person is legally not correct to have Indian citizenship, then the citizenship will be terminated. So the process of deprivation is not easy. The person who is under the frame has every right to defend himself with in front of that committee, and prevent himself from not losing the Indian citizenship. These are the aspects that how a person can lose his Indian citizenship. The process is termination, deprivation, and renunciation. I hope the concept is clear with you. This ends the chapter Citizenship of Indian Polity. Thank you.